how many credits does it take to hire the most dangerous man in the galaxy? Darth Vader. Part Jedi, part monster, all business. If the price is right. What if Vader wasn't just the Emperor's enforcer? What if he had the freedom to take on contracts when he wanted? Same power, same backing, but operating as a freelance force of destruction by choice. Today, we're putting a price tag on the most feared Sith assassin in the galaxy and figuring out exactly what it would cost to buy Vader's loyalty. From Padawans to legends like Obi-Wan, how high would the price go? Let's find out. Okay, let's set the premise. You're a crime boss, powerful, connected, and ridiculously rich. You operate from the shadows, pulling strings most people don't even know exist. And yet, you've got a problem. A Jedi. They're fast, lethal, impossible to predict. And you don't want a battle. You want a solution. Quiet, clean, final. So, who do you call? Boba Fett? A legend, sure, but not always a guarantee. Cad Bane? Bold, but a bit unpredictable. If you want results, no slip-ups, no survivors, there's only one name whispered in the darkest corners of the Outer Rim: Darth Vader. And let's not forget who Vader used to be: Anakin Skywalker, the Jedi who fell, the chosen one twisted into something far more dangerous. He's not just a man, he's a myth in black armor, a weapon of mass deletion. When Vader shows up, entire rebel cells vanish like bad investments. But here's the thing, he's not cheap. You're not hiring a bounty hunter with a loyalty punch card. You're paying for world-class force choking, hyperdrive precision, and exits so dramatic they come with their own soundtrack. So what's the actual price tag? Let's break it down. Vader's unmatched skill set, the scale of destruction he brings, and the resources needed to even deploy him. This isn't speculation. It's an audit of terror. Because when the stakes are galactic and failure isn't an option, you don't hire a gun, you unleash the lightsaber. And make no mistake, it'll cost you a fortune. Okay, so let's talk numbers in Galactic Credits. For context, the Galactic Credit Standard is a stable galactic-wide currency used from the Republic through the Empire. Bounty hunter rates in Star Wars lore show a huge range. Minor targets might go for 300 to 750 credits. Moderate targets around 2,000 to 10,000. Major targets 15,000 to 20,000. And legendary level jobs up to 100,000 credits. On the high end, Jango Fett was offered 5 million credits by Count Dooku to eliminate Komari Vosa in the video game Star Wars Bounty Hunter. In Legends material, the Kaminoans supposedly paid Jango 20 million credits for his genetic contribution. So if elite mercs charge in the hundreds of thousands, the force-wielding threat of Darth Vader, with Imperial might behind him, could easily demand a multi-million credit contract. So let's start Vader's base contract at 5 million credits, before fees, surcharges, or special conditions. Realistically, it lands closer to 10 million. Yeah, the price is steep, but for someone like Darth Vader showing up and delivering total elimination, it fits right alongside the most expensive, no second chance operations in galactic history. And remember, that's just the starting point. Add in force sensitivity, the precognition, telekinesis, and mind control, and the price skyrockets. We're talking about a target eliminator with precognition, enhanced reflexes, and mind control baked in. And Vader isn't just any force user. He's been rebuilt with cybernetics that boost his strength, durability, and survivability beyond human limits. You're essentially hiring a walking war machine. But more than that, you're paying for psychological dominance. One look from Vader has ended fights before they even start. That kind of presence, that kind of fear. You don't just pay for results. You pay for silence, surrender, and the legend that comes with it. Most importantly, Vader has a zero failure record. Every mission ends with silence. Put it all together, and the estimated rate is 10 million credits per Jedi, minimum. To put it in perspective, a Venator-class Star Destroyer costs about 59 million credits, while the Death Star cost over 1 trillion credits to build. A bounty on Han Solo? Just a few thousand credits from Jabba. Even Boba Fett's top rates hovered around 100,000 credits per job. Vader isn't in the same league. He is the league. And here's the thing, the price isn't just about Vader's power. It's about who's on the other end of that lightsaber. Taking out a rogue Jedi, an entire Jedi Council member, or Obi-Wan Kenobi. Those numbers can climb into the tens of millions. Think 50, maybe even 60 million for a single mission, because taking out a Jedi Master might cost more than a capital ship. By now, you're probably thinking, wait, is Darth Vader really worth 10 million credits? Let's get one thing straight. This isn't just about who he takes out. It's about what his involvement actually means. Hiring Vader isn't like calling a hitman. It's more like dropping a black hole right in the middle of your enemy's command center. Because Vader doesn't just end threats, he shifts galactic momentum. So what exactly are you paying for? Let's break it down. Number 1, tactical power. Vader's not just any fighter. He's a master of 7 lightsaber forms, trained by Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn themselves. Now, with cybernetic upgrades and a big dose of the dark side, he can choke enemies from across the room, crush starships mid-flight, and take on entire squads by himself. You're not hiring a warrior, you're commissioning a walking weapon of mass destruction. Number 2, psychological warfare. Just the sound of his breathing clears a room. Vader doesn't even have to say a word. His presence says, you've already lost. When he shows up, morale doesn't just drop, it evaporates. Enemies won't just run, they'll abandon entire planets. Number 3, political shock value. When Vader appears, the whole galaxy tunes in. He's a symbol, a warning, a walking press release from the dark side. Hiring Vader isn't about handling rebellion, it's about announcing obliteration. That kind of fear, that kind of legendary clout, that's not something credits usually buy. But if it did, this would be it. Number 4, scarcity factor. There's only one Vader. Other bounty hunters haggle over price. He competes on dominance. He's not on speed dial. You don't negotiate with him. You make an offer and pray it's worth his time. So is 10 million credits expensive? Sure, but what's the cost of failure? Because when Vader doesn't take the job, you really better hope he doesn't take it personally. So you did it. You transferred the credits. You signed the untraceable agreement. And now, somewhere deep in Imperial space, Darth Vader is on his way. But what do you actually get for 10 million credits? This isn't some freelance bounty mission. Hiring Vader kicks off an Imperial-scale operation. Number 1, transportation. Personal Star Destroyer access. Vader doesn't hop on a commercial cruiser. No, he travels aboard a custom Executor-class Star Destroyer, capable of blockading entire systems, jamming communications, and launching full-scale invasions. Need him to land discreetly? You might get a stolen shuttle. But if he wants to make an entrance, he'll descend from orbit like a wrathful god. Number 2, optional Stormtrooper support units. Need crowd control? Want to intimidate? Add-on services may include shock trooper battalions, AT-ATs, TIE fighter escorts, even purge troopers for Jedi suppression. Think of it as the Vader Premium Package, because sometimes it's not about subtlety, it's about leaving ashes. Number 3, intelligence and interrogation. Before the mission starts, Vader taps into Imperial intelligence. He wants your target's location, allies, and weaknesses. And if he doesn't have the info, he'll just rip it from someone's mind. Forget traditional informants. The dark side is its own interrogation method. Number 4, execution. Public or private. Vader offers options. Private hit, the body disappears. The Force leaves no fingerprints. Public display, expect a city center showdown, maybe even a HoloNet broadcast. Vader knows optics. Sometimes a quiet death is best. Sometimes you want fireworks. Number 5, no refunds, ever. Once Vader accepts a job, it's done. No quitting, no price renegotiation, and definitely no refunds if you change your mind. Backing out? Well, let's just say that might make you the next target. That means when you hire Vader, you're not just eliminating a Jedi, You're unleashing the full weight of the Empire's most feared enforcer. You're shifting balance sheets, toppling alliances, and sending shockwaves through the Force itself, because not all targets are equal. Some fights demand more than fear. They demand precision, power, and pain. Every job has a price, but not every target is created equal. When it comes to assassinations, complexity is everything. How skilled is the target? How public is the mission? How many lives stand between the assassin and success? Now, let's apply that to the Jedi. Tier 1 is the Padawan. They're young, inexperienced, still learning the ways of the Force. Their lightsaber skills are unpolished, and their instincts are still developing. Taking one out is risky, but manageable. Still, the estimated Vader fee for a Padawan starts around 10 million credits. Mostly, this covers the optics, because even a rookie Jedi is no joke, especially when they travel in pairs. But not all Tier 1 targets wear robes in public. Some are rogues, Jedi who've gone underground, cut ties, and vanished off the grid. These hidden survivors may not be famous, but they're often the most dangerous. Tracking them adds an entirely different layer of difficulty. For these ghosts, add a 2 million credit surcharge. Time, patience, and the precision to find someone who doesn't want to be found, that's not a standard job. That's Vader playing Shadow Hunter, and he doesn't wait forever. Tier 2 includes mid-rank Jedi and Council members. These aren't rookies, they're masters with decades of combat experience and sharp strategic minds. Think Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, Shaak Ti. Their reaction time borders on precognition, and they control the fight, not just survive it. The estimated Vader fee starts at 15 million credits, but it can climb higher. Why so high? Because hunting these Jedi is a full-scale operation. Extensive surveillance, special droids, and careful planning are needed just to get close, because they often travel with a Padawan or trusted allies, increasing the complexity and risk. Plus, taking down a well-known Jedi attracts attention, meaning extra costs for secrecy and damage control. So while 15 million credits is the baseline, real-world complications can push the price toward 20 or even 25 million credits. Targeting a Jedi Master isn't just a job, it's a costly, high-stakes gamble. Tier 3 is reserved for high-priority targets. These are legends such as Mace Windu, Ahsoka Tano, and, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Taking out one of these Jedi isn't just a job, it's a galactic event. These are warriors who faced Sith Lords, led armies during the Clone Wars, and in some cases, fought alongside or against Darth Vader himself. You're not just dealing with skill, you're confronting experience, legacy, and history. The estimated Vader fee for these targets is at least 20 million credits, easily. Failure isn't an option here. These aren't just bounties, they are wars in miniature. And the psychological toll? Off the charts. Imagine facing the man who once called you brother, knowing only one of you will walk away. And then there's the one Jedi who changes everything. Luke Skywalker, the son, the rebel, the impossible target. Imagine you're the one footing the bill, sitting across from Vader himself, negotiating for a contract that most wouldn't dare put a price on. You offer billions, enough credits to buy fleets, star systems, entire planets, because Luke isn't just another target, he's the spark of rebellion, the hope of the galaxy, and more importantly, he's Vader's own blood. So what does Vader do? He listens, quietly, no words, no hesitation, and in seconds, before you can even blink, your head is off. His lightsaber is already glowing, humming with deadly precision. No negotiation, no room for debate. Not this one, not Luke. No amount of credits can buy the tangled bond between father and son. This isn't just another name on a list. It's a storm of guilt, prophecy, and unfinished destiny. And then there's Yoda, the one Jedi whose price can't be measured in credits, only in consequence. But hiring him? That's a story for another time. So what does it really cost to take out a Jedi? In a galaxy full of bounty hunters, smugglers, and mercenaries, only one name makes entire star systems freeze in fear: Darth Vader. His services, 10 million credits minimum. His success rate, flawless. His methods, absolutely terrifying. But here's the thing, what if he wasn't for hire? What if you had to defend against him? Who would you call? Would a Jedi Master like Yoda step up for that mission? What would it cost to hire Mace Windu to protect an entire planet? How many credits would it take to pull Ahsoka Tano out of hiding for one last fight? Or flip it around, how much would Boba Fett charge to track down Darth Vader himself? If you want us to break those numbers down next, drop a comment below and tell us who you want priced out. And hey, if you thought 10 million credits was expensive, wait till you hear what a full Jedi Council protection detail would cost. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our next deep dives into a galaxy far, far away. See you next time, and may the Force be with your wallet.